When we talk about thyroid health, one name often comes up, Dr. David Brownstein, a board-certified family physician and author who has done extensive research on iodine and its role in human health. For years, he has guided patients on how nutritional deficiencies, especially iodine, silently affect the body. In today's video, we'll discuss iodine deficiency symptoms, its impact, and what Dr. Brownstein suggests as solutions. So stick with us because this is a health topic that touches millions worldwide. First, we will understand why iodine matters so much. First, let's talk about why iodine is so important. Iodine isn't just another nutrient you hear about in passing, it's actually the foundation for a healthy thyroid and overall body balance. Our thyroid depends on iodine to produce hormones that regulate energy, growth, metabolism, and even how our bodies respond to stress. Without enough iodine, people can experience a range of problems, from an enlarged thyroid, known as goiter, to sluggish metabolism, low energy, and even feeling mentally foggy at times. But what really makes iodine so critical is its role in brain development. According to a WHO study, iodine deficiency is the single most important preventable cause of brain damage in the world, and that's not something to take lightly. The impact is enormous when you consider the bigger picture. Nearly 2 billion people around the globe are still affected by iodine deficiency. That's not just a number, it represents families, children, and adults who may struggle with learning difficulties, fatigue, or other health challenges because their bodies aren't getting enough of this tiny but vital nutrient. And it doesn't just affect individuals. Countries lose out on productivity and potential when so many people aren't functioning at their best due to iodine deficiency. Then, we will look into the signs and symptoms of iodine deficiency. When we talk about iodine, most people think it's just another mineral, but in reality, it plays a huge role in how our thyroid and our whole body functions. Your thyroid, that little butterfly-shaped gland in your neck, depends on iodine to make hormones that control energy, body temperature, metabolism, and even how your organs work. Without enough iodine, the thyroid struggles, and this can lead to goiter, an enlarged thyroid, or hypothyroidism, which slows everything down, leaving you tired, gaining weight, or feeling unusually cold. Dr. David Brownstein, who has written extensively on iodine and thyroid health, often points out that symptoms like dry skin, thinning hair, and fatigue are strong clues that the body might be starving for this essential mineral. He emphasizes that even in modern times, many people, especially pregnant women, vegans, or those who avoid iodized salt, can quietly slip into deficiency. The real concern is how far-reaching the effects can be. During pregnancy, iodine becomes even more important. It supports thyroid function, which is linked to a baby's brain and bone development. The CNN report points out that billions of people don't get enough iodine, with women at higher risk. And while most households use iodized salt, nearly 89% worldwide, according to UNICEF, many moms-to-be may still fall short. That's why including iodine-rich foods like dairy, eggs, seafood, and iodized salt can make a real difference for both mother and baby's health. Dr. Brownstein often points out that many of the patients he sees don't come in with obvious or dramatic symptoms, which is why iodine deficiency can go unnoticed for so long. Instead, they show a mix of subtle signs that people, and sometimes even doctors, tend to misattribute to other health issues. Things like feeling unusually foggy or confused, a hoarse voice that seems to linger, puffy or dry skin, low energy, and even difficulties with fertility can all be linked back to low iodine levels. Dr. Brownstein emphasizes that paying attention to these small clues and addressing iodine intake, whether through natural foods, supplements, or iodized salt, can make a huge difference. He often reminds his patients that the body reacts slowly to changes, but with the right support, many of these symptoms can improve noticeably over time, sometimes in just a few months. Now, we will explore what Dr. Brownstein explains in his video. In one of his detailed talks on iodine, Dr. Brownstein explains iodine in a way that really makes sense. He says it's not just a thyroid nutrient, it's something the whole body depends on. According to him, iodine plays a role in supporting breast tissue, keeping the prostate healthy, and even helping the body get rid of toxins like bromide, fluoride, and chlorine that we all come across in daily life. When he breaks it down like this, you realize how overlooked but vital iodine really is. He also points out that modern diets, pollution, and even medical guidelines have caused iodine to be pushed aside, leaving many people unknowingly deficient. But what makes his video so powerful is that he doesn't just talk about the problem. He also shares practical, natural steps to restore balance. Instead of leaving you worried, the video leaves you with simple ways to take charge of your health and make sure your body is getting what it truly needs. Next, we'll discover how to fix iodine deficiency naturally. Now that we've looked at the subtle signs and symptoms of iodine deficiency, it's time to talk about what you can actually do to address it. The good news is that there are practical and effective steps you can take to boost your iodine levels and support your thyroid and overall health. Let's explore these solutions one by one so you can see how easy it can be to make a real difference. First, we boost our diet with iodine-rich foods. One of the simplest and most effective strategies is through your diet. Certain foods naturally contain iodine, and incorporating them into your daily meals can make a huge difference. Think about seaweed like kelp or nori, which are powerhouses of iodine. Fish, particularly ocean fish like cod or tuna, are another great source, while dairy products like milk, yogurt, and eggs also contribute to your daily intake. Even something as simple as using iodized salt in cooking can give your body a steady dose of this essential mineral. The key is consistency, making these foods a regular part of your diet rather than occasional choices. Then we consider supplements with iodine. For some people, diet alone may not be enough, and that's where iodine supplementation comes in. Dr. David Brownstein, a renowned integrative medicine doctor, explains this in one of his videos, Benefits and Risks of Iodine. How much, when, and why. In this clip, he goes into detail about how supplements can help fill the gap when dietary sources fall short, supporting thyroid function and overall wellness. He also emphasizes that while supplements can be very effective, they should be used carefully and ideally under the guidance of a healthcare professional so you get the right amount without overdoing it. Now, we understand the role of underlying health conditions. It's also important to understand that certain health conditions can make it harder for your body to use iodine properly. Gastrointestinal issues like Crohn's disease or celiac disease can affect nutrient absorption, while consuming large amounts of goitrogenic foods, such as soy products or cruciferous vegetables, can interfere with iodine uptake. Managing these underlying issues through proper medical care and dietary adjustments can enhance your body's ability to absorb and utilize iodine effectively. Finally, we highlight the importance of regular monitoring and consultation. Regular monitoring is a game changer. Knowing your iodine levels through testing helps you and your healthcare provider see whether your diet or supplementation plan is working. Adjustments can be made if needed, ensuring you're not under or overdoing it. Combining consistent dietary choices, careful supplementation when necessary, addressing any absorption issues, and ongoing monitoring gives you the best chance to overcome iodine deficiency and keep your body functioning at its best. By taking these steps, you're not just preventing deficiency, you're supporting your thyroid, metabolism, and overall well-being in a meaningful way. And that's a wrap on practical ways to tackle iodine deficiency. Adding iodine-rich foods like seaweed, fish, dairy, and eggs to your diet using iodized salt and considering supplements when needed can really support your thyroid and overall health. Monitoring your iodine levels and being aware of conditions that affect absorption also makes a big difference. For those who want to learn more, Dr. David Brownstein's videos are a fantastic resource. They explain iodine in detail and show how to use it safely. If this video helped you, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Stay healthy and informed. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.